Hey there, Brian Vantoff here with Remax Advantage Plus and Ramsey Trusted. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Hopefully, you survived this miserably cold week that we had, and I'm hoping we're kind of through the worst stretch of the winter as we head into some nice high 30s, 40s, and maybe we hit 50 sometime next week here. So I'm kind of optimistic that we are through the most brutal stretch here of the year as we head into our spring real estate market, as we get close to the technical end of winter here very soon. So again, I hope you're having a great start to your week here. So this week we'll talk a little bit about the week that was. In addition, we will do our stats week. We'll talk a little bit about what happened in the month of January overall from information provided by the St. Paul Area Association of Realtors. So giving you a lot of numbers here this week. So I know many of you like the numbers. Some of you are a little bit overwhelmed by the numbers. Some of you, the numbers don't make any sense and you don't even care, but really do like to provide a little bit of background on what happened in the previous month and then compare it a little bit to where we were in January of the previous year. First of all, let's start, as always, with the previously owned home market within 50 miles of downtown Minneapolis in Minnesota. This is a search and a stat that I've been working on now for over 4 years. I am starting my 5th year of this same search to give you and anybody who reads this or watches this video some information as far as what's going on. So for the past 4 years, every week, almost every week, there might be a few weeks in there that I've missed, but in general, I've been very consistent on providing this weekly market update. And I'm really kind of surprised that I've been doing it for the 4 years that I have been doing it already. So kind of interesting to me that I have been doing this research for that long and then also providing it to you. And hopefully it has been helpful to you as well. So I love doing it. I love knowing this information just because it's very helpful in conversation. And then when it comes to strategy negotiation, it always adds value to those things as well. So when looking at your housing situation, I know what's going on. I can tell you, I can coach you exactly how things are going to happen. I've been doing this long enough where there aren't many surprises that I see out there anymore. So anyway, let's start with the week that was. We saw 750 new listings in the past 7 days. That's up 51 from last week and 9 more than the same week last year. Of the 750, 499 are single-family homes, 152 townhouses, 99 condos, 177 did sell in the first week, which is a good pace. We had a little bit higher pace last year, however. We have 232 coming soon listings, which isn't a large amount. We are seeing a good amount of coming soon listings, which hopefully will indicate that we'll see some additional listings coming on the market. The coming soon listings are actually down 19 from the previous week. Could be just because it was so cold last week that not a lot of sellers wanted to really get their home in a coming soon status because maybe they felt like people weren't paying attention. I'm not sure that that's necessarily the case. Just being as cold as it was, maybe some people didn't want to kind of start pre-marketing their home. Although this weekend looks fantastic, I think it's going to be fairly busy. So there's a total of 3,260 homes available right now. That's up 85 from last week. 542 more than what we saw this time last year. The total listed value, if you take everybody's list price, if you take the list price of all 3,260 homes that are currently available for sale, the total value of all those homes is $1.8 billion. So that's kind of where we're sitting on available market is $1.8 billion of available homes within 50 miles, previously owned homes, within 50 miles of downtown Minneapolis in Minnesota. Of the total 3,260 available, 1,760 are single family homes. That's up 58 from last week. Median listing price on those is $500,000. That's up $20,000 from the previous week. With days on market of 54, that's down 8. 1 month ago, our median listing price on single family homes was $465,000. Kind of that dramatic increase in price from last month to this month is an indication that we're just starting to see spring market activity. We're starting to see the move up homes, the homes over 450. We're starting to see more higher priced homes start to hit the market as we enter the spring market. It's not a huge amount, but it has certainly those higher priced homes that are now coming on the market are certainly impacting the median listing prices of homes that are out there right now. It doesn't mean that homes are getting more expensive. It just means that we're adding more expensive homes to the market just because this is the time of year when those 4 or 5 bedroom homes, those big homes, those pricier homes do tend to start to hit the market. So that's what's going on. That's why the median home prices, listing prices are going up, not because prices are going crazy on us, because that's certainly not the case. If you are someone looking to buy in the higher end of the price range, 450 or higher as an example, and want to buy in the first half of 2025, now is kind of the time to really start paying attention to what's going on out there. If you haven't been already, to watch the market, see what inventory is coming on the market. If you have a house to sell, to move up, now is the time to prepare that home, to kind of make that transition from one home to the other. So some of you may feel like you want to kind of beat the rush, and what's typically a very hectic time in the real estate market. It's really time to start getting out there to take a peek at what's going on. Finishing up the available inventory summary, 678 are townhomes. That's down 13. Median listing price of $302,500. That's up $2,500. Days on market of 48, down 8. 822 are condos. That's up 40 at a median listing price of $200,000, which is down $2,000 from last week. And days on market of 98, that's down 3. Condos still continue to struggle. 553 homes went from active to pending, and 411 went from pending to sold. So that's the inventory numbers. Mortgage rates continue to be very stable and very narrow, and unfortunately not in a good way for buyers necessarily, as we are still pretty much on a conventional 30-year fixed mortgage. We are pretty much still close to 7% on those mortgages. VA, FHA, those rates, I had a client tell me this week they got a 5.75. So if you're now with some buy down, if you're a VA or an FHA buyer, there's maybe some options, especially if you're VA. Finding a VA loan at 6% right now, you are doing really well. FHA has got some other challenges with it that make it a little bit more expensive, but if you're a VA buyer, you're in a great position. 1 month ago, rates were just slightly higher. 3 months ago, they were slightly lower. 6 months ago, they're about 0.75% lower, which was really close to our low for the past 12 months. And 1 year ago, they were a little more than 1/8% lower. Showing activity did see a good rebound here this past week, with showings scheduled by realtors in the 11 county metro area. 13,000 realtor scheduled showings. That was a jump of 20% from the previous week. So that was a really solid jump. So I'm expecting even more activity coming up here in the next 7 days. Buyers are really getting spring fever here. It's getting warmer. It's time to get outside. It's time to buy a house. So we are seeing a lot of activity, starting to see a lot more activity in the market right now. So that's kind of where things are at from the week that was. Let's move on to looking back at some January numbers as provided by the St. Paul Area Association of Realtors. These numbers will include both previously owned homes and new construction. They could fall in Wisconsin. They could fall outside of my 50-mile radius. So these are numbers as provided by the St. Paul Area Association of Realtors on a more broad market than kind of what I do on my weekly stats. So to start, the median priced home sold for $370,000. That reflects a 4.2% increase over January of last year. The price per square foot rose to $205, an increase of 2.3%. There was 2,353 closed transactions, which is 7.5% higher than January last year. We saw 8.3% more new listings in January of this year than we saw last year. So we are starting to see more and more sellers being active in the market. Kind of anecdotally, I do feel like the quality of the homes that are coming to the market are better than what we've seen in years past, from the standpoint of not as many fixer-uppers and rehabs. A lot of good move-in ready homes that are really starting to come to the market. Sellers were receiving on average 96.9% of their original listing price in January. That's up slightly from last year. Housing affordability did go down just a little bit, just based on prices going up, although the Minneapolis-St. Paul market is absolutely one of the most affordable housing markets in the country if you compare it against the East and West Coast. Just from the standpoint, we have good incomes and really pretty decent priced median homes right now. So just kind of keep that in mind. Housing affordability, yes, it's not fun, but we are better off than many other people around the country. Single family home inventory is down almost 8% compared to last January, while townhouses were up 6.5% and condos up 18.8%. Still struggling with our single family home inventory. That is the most competitive market out there. Just not a lot to pick from for buyers. If we look more at the previously owned home segment, the product that we see the least amount of inventory in is the $250,000 to $500,000 price range, where we have just 1 month's supply of inventory. That is not a lot of houses out there for people to take a look at. Not a lot to pick from. So sorry for those first-time single-family home buyers that there just isn't a ton to choose from right now. But hopefully we'll see that free up here just a little bit. So where are we at? If you're looking at buying, you want to get pre-approved for a mortgage just to be ready when that right house hits the market, because it is going to be competitive. There isn't still a ton of houses out there. You want to be ready for when the time is right for you and your family, whether that's next week or 6 months from now. It's a wise idea to put a game plan in place. Work with a realtor like me who's going to put a strategy in place to help you be successful with your real estate goals. Whether you're buying or selling this year, let's have a conversation. I'd love to be the realtor that provides you with the tools and resources to help you be successful. I've spent many years putting together a list of partners that I work with: mortgage, insurance, inspectors, photography, staging. I've got a lot of resources for you to use to take advantage of, whether that's this year, next year, or 4 years from now. I've been doing this a while and I'm here for the long term. I keep repeating that every week, but again, I've been doing this video for a little over 4 years, and I've been doing real estate full time since 2003. So reach out anytime. I'd love to have a conversation, love to be your realtor. I appreciate your time. Hope you have a great weekend, and get outside and enjoy the 30s, 40 to 50 degrees warmer than what we had last week. So talk soon.